Welcome to Brain Vision.
Problem 11.63 is about a yoga exercise. We have this person who's situated like this. The centers of mass from the person's hip are given for his upper body and lower body, along with their weights. And we want to find the normal force on his one foot, assuming they're equally distributed, and one hand. They aren't necessarily the same. And then the force of friction on both as well, which again are not necessarily the same. And it will be helpful for us to call these angles something. So our theta here is 56.3 degrees. You just do some trigonometry, given these things, and the fact that they have to add up to 90, so that the internal angles of the triangle add up to 180 degrees, and phi is equal to 33.7 degrees. So if we consider the lower body and place the pivot at his feet here, if we consider the hands and place the pivot at the feet, then we have the normal force on a hand times 162 centimeters, this distance, because we're looking at it pivoting from here, minus 277 newtons times the 27.2 centimeters it's 27.2 centimeters from the lower body. So this is 90 minus the thing. Centimeters minus 473 newtons times 103.8 centimeters, 3.8 centimeters. This has to equal 0. We solve for the normal force on one hand, or on both hands, I guess, because we didn't, So anyway, this is 350 newtons. So the normal force on one hand is 175 newtons. Now, from the other condition for equilibrium, this is that the torques have to add up to 0. He's also not accelerating up or down, so the normal force on the feet plus the normal force on the hands minus his weight is also 0. And this tells us that the normal force on the feet is 400 newtons. or that 200 newtons is the normal force on one foot. Now, again using the torque equilibrium condition, but with the pivot at the hip, we're going to have that the friction at the feet times 4.9 centimeters plus the weight of one leg, or both legs. Yeah, it's both legs. Times 22.8 centimeters. And these are different than the numbers here because they're acting at an angle and only the perpendicular part contributes. Minus the normal force on the feet times 50 centimeters is equal to 0. And so the force of friction on the feet is equal to 183 newtons. And so there's a force of about 91 newtons on each foot due to friction. Now, the horizontal forces acting on this guy have to add up to 0. And since the only horizontal forces acting are the friction forces, we know that the hands have to have the same friction force acting on them, but in an opposite direction. So this is the force of friction on the feet. This is the force of friction on the hands. And so then this is also 91 newtons.